Hey everybody, welcome to this short video running through how the new features within our Educator dashboard work. And so, first things first, to access the Educator dashboard, simply click on the relevant classbook cover within your Blended Teaching account that you want to see the student data for. So here it's going to be my Principles class, and then once you're in that classbook, from any page you'll see on the top right hand side this button here that says View Enrolled Learners. Now, I'm not going to show a live classbook with real students in because that would be a FERPA nightmare, but what I can do is I can create my own test student, which I've done here, and show you what this data looks like. And so here I am on the first of the three tabs that are available: Progress, Gradebook, and Answers. So let's take a look at Progress first, and then we'll move on to the other two. Now, Progress is really here to show you how much time students are spending engaging with the materials across each of the topics and to give you a total for the classbook. And so here you can see that, well, I'm just starting out in this class and I've spent just 1 minute in the very first topic, and so that's aggregated in the total classbook time spent, and so I've still got some work to do. But with this setup, students appear in rows and they are sortable alphabetically by their surname, their last name, and you can also sort the total classbook time spent and the total time spent for each of these topics. So if you want to get a quick and easy overview of who's engaging and who isn't, or if you want to get a quick sense of how far your students are progressing through, who's made the most progress and who has made the least progress, you'll be able to do so from this overview tabular view that gives you that full breakdown of all of the data. Now, one thing that's worth noting is that all of this data is downloadable as an Excel file. Just click the download data link here and it'll pull all of the data for you. Now, let's take a look at the gradebook. So for the gradebook, it's a very similar view. You'll get a breakdown of what your students have scored for each and every one of the assignments that you have built into Blended Teaching. That includes the assignments or exercises and any quizzes if you are running quizzes in Blended Teaching. And so you'll get that same tabular view with the students in rows, filterable, or I should say sortable, in exactly the same way. And we can use a couple of examples here. So I can see that in calculating returns for an investment, I've scored a 52. So I've got a little bit of a way to go on that one. Though Foundations of DCF, I've actually done pretty well. So good to see, and really quick and easy as an educator for you to see how your students are faring. And of course, as usual, all of this data is downloadable as an Excel file. So if you're wanting to upload those grades into Canvas, Blackboard, D2L, or Moodle's gradebook while we wait for our grade syncs to be updated, well, we've made it as easy as we can to get the data in the right format for you. Now, let's take a look at Answers, the third and final of the three tabs I want to talk through today. We want to make sure that you're able to see really clear information on how your students are performing within any graded activities, and to give you more control over, for example, resetting students' attempts, and in addition to that, to quickly and easily get a sense of how your students are performing. And let me break down exactly what we've done here. So let's take a look at Foundations of DCF. So we've got one of one students who's completed this, myself, and if I click the arrow here, which you'll see is for me to see the answers, it will give me a color-coded breakdown of how I've done in each one of these questions. And so in a moment that will load up and we'll take a look at how I've done. So you can see here I've got all of these answers highlighted in green correct, but this question here I haven't got right. And what you'll typically see where you've got large cohorts of students is students will tend to struggle more on certain questions than on others. And so you can quickly identify where those potential knowledge gaps are by looking for the red columns. And so if you want to do that within Blended Teaching, great, it's here within the dashboard. But of course, if you want to download this data in the same way, you can download an Excel file that will give you all of this in a much more editable and also certainly uploadable format. And really, that is all you need to know for the quizzing side. But it's also important to note that, well, we've got a lot of assignments. And for assignments, typically students are going to have to upload their work. And so here, what you'll see is a column labeled submissions. When a student has submitted an assignment and uploaded their work, you'll be able to download their file directly from Blended Teaching by clicking a button here, or you can download all of the submissions in one zipped file by clicking this button here. In addition to that, for anything that's graded, simply click this button here and we'll receive a notification telling us to get that reset for you, and so by 8 a.m. the following morning that will be reset and ready to go for your students. And there we have it. The latest features in Blended Teaching's Educator dashboard will continue to make improvements and refinements, and of course if you have any feedback for any other features you'd like to see, just let us know and we will review and consider everything that you share. Thanks so much for the feedback as always. I hope these are helpful for you and we look forward to hearing your feedback. Thanks everybody.